Infinite Warfare Zombies is the third best zombies game ever created.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Are you already in the comments? You're not even going to wait to hear what I have to say? Both Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 1 being S tier, I think your two A tiers are World at War and Infinite Warfare Zombies, with Infinite Warfare Zombies being slightly better than World at War Zombies. I understand that that's going to make people angry, but when you look back, I think there is an S tier map at launch with Zombies in Spaceland. Let me preface this opinion by saying I think Raven the Redwoods is A tier. Now, if somebody said it's B tier or less, I'd still listen because I'm pretty soft on Raven the Redwoods. Shaolin Shuffle is also another A tier map. I think we get into B or below tier maps when you're looking at Attack of the Radioactive Thing and Beast from Beyond. But then when we're looking at the boss fight Mephistopheles, I think that's A tier or above. And then the fact that you had something offered like Director's Cut, so where it ties all of your Easter eggs together, gives you a reward for accomplishing that, I truly think that sets it apart from other zombies games that we've seen in the past. When we go through the actual launch of it itself, what were we holding our breath for? We've gotten bad zombies, standalone zombies games before. They either change too much of what we are used to, look at no further than World War II, and they change up the perks, change up the storyline, change up the characters to where we can't really accept it in our minds. But with Infinite Warfare, the characters were different. They kept the point system and perks similar enough to what we're used to where we still had that familiarity, but it was different enough to where it felt like it was its own thing. It had its own universe. I remember when it came out, in each map that came out, people thought there was going to be some sort of tie-in to the greater Zombies universe, but it never happened, and it never really felt like it needed to. I think Zombies in Spaceland is an S tier map. I feel like it's a very good map. I feel like the layout's very well done. I feel like graphically and from an aesthetic standpoint, the map is very well done. I think the character interaction is very well done. Another one of the criticisms I hear about Infinite Warfare Zombies is that the Easter eggs are too easy. Tell me you haven't done Zombies in Spaceland with more than one person without telling me you haven't done Zombies in Spaceland with more than one person. Actually, the Simon Says step, you have to correlate the area of the map with the color. That ends up being such a pain in the ass with more than one person. Even if you do just solo, that boss fight is one of the more challenging boss fights that I think we've seen. I think it was a challenge. I thought it was fun. I thought the steps of the Easter egg were a little bit more on the simplistic side, but then I thought it culminated in a more challenging boss fight. Into Raven the Redwoods, also conceptually a very good map. I think character interactions were very well done. I like thematically that it took us back to the 90s, a rave, a setting that we don't normally see. Also much more on the simplistic side as far as steps go. You're not looking for some sort of obscure object on the map. Not as easy as say something like Cold War Zombies, but not as complex as doing all of the steps for the Easter egg on Gorge Crevy or DE or Origins. Also a very fun boss fight. A much more straightforward boss fight than Zombies in Spaceland. I feel like that was very well done. Going into Shaolin Shuffle, I've heard people say that they didn't really like that, but thematically, I thought it was a very well done map. I think also having these abilities that you could unlock with the different forms of the Kung Fu, and having that be a wonder weapon of sorts. And then the Easter egg itself, also not as challenging or complicated or convoluted as something that we're normally used to with other Zombies Easter eggs, but I still thought it was very well done, leading into a boss fight that I thought was also well done. I would still put Shaolin Shuffle as an A tier map. Attack of the Radioactive Thing, I think this is much of what we saw in previous Infinite Warfare Easter eggs. I think the map itself is pretty aesthetically pleasing. I do like that once you turn on the power, then color is added to the map. It starts off in black and white. The Easter egg itself, I can't give a map an A tier rating when you have to do math for the Easter egg. So that's a detracting factor. I thought the boss fight itself was a little bit more silly than some of the other Infinite Warfare boss fights. I liked Beast from Beyond. The Easter egg itself, I thought it was fine. I liked the steps. Some of those pattern steps were kind of silly. The Beast from Beyond boss fight was fine. You talk about that Mephistopheles boss fight. I think that is something that truly differentiates Infinite Warfare Zombies from other Zombies games. And it was tough. It was not something that I could do solo. It was a challenge. I thought it was fun. I liked the concept to where it all led to that culminating moment, because that's not something we've seen with other Zombies games. And then to have that reward from doing all of the Easter eggs in something like Director's Cut, that is truly unique in a Zombies game. The rationale, in my mind, and if you want to say it's B tier, I would listen to you, but anything lower than B tier, and I just don't feel like it's there. I feel like if you're being objective, Infinite Warfare Zombies is A tier. I feel like the ranking is Black Ops 3 is the best all time, Black Ops 1 is the second best all time, also an S tier game, but second best all time to Black Ops 3. And then I feel like Infinite Warfare Zombies is A tier and the third best game ever made. And then World at War is also another A tier, slightly behind Infinite Warfare Zombies. I don't feel like it's controversial, these opinions that I have. I've actually sat and thought about what makes something great. I have the criteria for both a game and a map is great. And I'm sitting here objectively thinking about what is good and what is great. And I feel like the rationale is there for Infinite Warfare to be an A-tier Zombies game. But just like with the Black Ops 2 video, I'm sure you guys are gonna let me know what you think. If you're interested in this and more COD Zombies content, then like, follow, and turn on post notifications. Appreciate it, guys.